Word. Welcome to the Women in Leadership Body, Mind, Soul, and Business podcast. I'm Charlie.
And I'm Heather. Together, we are working to connect women in leadership and business to build relationships and empower each other, improving the health and wellness of our community, body, mind, and soul, sharing the heart and soul of who we are and what we do.
Today's guest blesses us with her experience in cannabis knowledge, brand building, and marketing. She is a creative marketing strategist and a thoughtful leader. Vice President of Marketing for Perfect Union, California, and a force to be reckoned with in the cannabis industry. Please welcome to the table the incredible Nicole Hanratty.
It's so nice to be here with you both today, Charlie and Heather. It's really a pleasure.
So, Nicole, go ahead and take a few minutes to introduce yourself and your business and what it is you do.
Thank you. I am Vice President of Marketing, as you mentioned, for an incredible company. The company that I work for is MWG Holdings, and we are a vertically integrated cannabis company, a multi-state operator. We have seed to sale operations in both New Mexico and in California, and with a chain of dispensaries in Northern California that is called Perfect Union. We also have a dispensary called Wild Seed Wellness in California, and then Natural RX are our dispensaries in New Mexico. With we also have an award-winning top 50 flower brand 530, and that is grown in our grow that has won several awards over the years, and Fireworks Farms.
Nice. I love it. Oh, I love it. So, Nicole, we specifically asked you to come on today because it is a very special day. 420 is a big day in the cannabis industry, but we wanted to talk to you about the industry in general and how that works for women.
Great question. And I would say that in the seven or so years that I've been working in this industry, I've had the pleasure of working for some really strong women leaders. Mm-hmm. And I've also had some clients that were women-owned businesses that really have paved the way for me. So I'm very well aware I'm here because of them. It's definitely an industry that has traditionally been male dominated, and now there are several women really pushing forward, and I think a lot of that is due to the fact that we've come together and built a really strong alliance. So it's an exciting time to be here for women, and we are really beginning to own our place here.
Oh, that's wonderful. I love that words you used. You built a strong alliance, because I think that that's what we want as women. Mm-hmm. Is we don't want that cattiness and taking each other down. We're all here to uplift each other. And when we are empowered, the people around of us are empowered, and we can all do better things.
Mm-hmm. I think sharing your network is a really important thing to do for women, and building each other up. Sharing your skill set, sharing your knowledge, opening your Rolodex to others. I don't even know if people use Rolodex, that term, anymore. I might be aging myself there. Opening your iPhone? I don't know. But yes, it is 420. It is our high holiday in the cannabis industry. It's an exciting day to be out and about and going from dispensary to dispensary, seeing all the deals that are happening, and really getting to benefit from some fun free merch and swag that is given away on 420. And I think more than anything, it's a reminder to take a day out and connect with your community.
I love that.
That's beautiful.
That is beautiful. It's part of the passion of what we do, is connecting with community, connecting with women in other industries, because there's enough abundance for us all. And so working together, building each other up, empowering each other, and helping each other grow is definitely where it's at. So Nicole, what is it like for a woman in this industry right now, and what would you change and why?
Well, as you can see, I've got the state capitol behind me. I'm here in Sacramento, and I would say that the opportunities for women in this industry are endless. If I'm sitting here with you all, that's just proof that hard work and putting in the time and energy and creating an intention to succeed will make it anyone a success in this industry, right? Putting yourself out there and really one step ahead of the other. I think a lot of the opportunities come out of the networking. I know, for instance, I'm heading to New York for MJ Unpacked next month. There's a really strong network of industry leaders who are meeting there, and some really amazing, in particular, women-led groups that will have subsets of meetings to help us network with each other. I think from there, you build your community, right? And you set out your intention to succeed. And the thing that's phenomenal about cannabis is it doesn't matter if you are an attorney, if you are an accountant, if you are in marketing, if you are a retail person, operations, branding, a CPG person, someone who's experienced in printing labels or sourcing product, packaging. There is room for everybody in this industry, and you can bring your passion and your skill set here. And the cannabis industry, we know, is one of the fastest growing industries right now in the United States, with building jobs.
I love it. It's like we are sitting right at the cusp, because I believe right now there's laws going into effect. They're going through the House and Senate to make it more nationally recognizable, what's the word I'm looking for?
The federal legalization.
There we
Thank
go.
you.
Yeah.
I was like,
No,
decriminalization. That's the word I was looking for.
Decriminalization. We're really, we have our sights set on the banking to be decriminalized. That will really add a level of I would say recognition to the industry that we are an industry that is here to stay, and that and also it will just make it safer for everyone, right? It will take the cash out of the equation, and we all know that that's something that's really important. And to collectively across the United States, cannabis businesses and ancillary businesses that serve cannabis, even that are anyone in the cannabis industry that's penalized with the excessive taxes has difficulty accessing safe banking, but we pay all these taxes, and those cash tax dollars are then deposited into actual bank accounts. So there's not a lot of there's either there, in other words, the government's happy to put that cash in their bank accounts, but they're preventing some of these farmers and growers
to put it in theirs,
putting it in theirs and then heavily taxing them. So I really, the sake of things and operations, just move more in a more expeditious manner and a safer manner, that some of these federal changes come this year or next year.
I'm actually looking forward to it. I suffer from PTSD. My husband suffers from PTSD. I use cannabis medicinally to treat my symptoms of PTSD, which at times is extreme stress, migraines that make me vomit and things like that, which I just experienced last night. But my husband also suffers from PTSD, but he works in a field where he cannot use it right now because it's not federally legal. And that's really the only thing stopping him from being able to treat himself medicinally with cannabis. And I know a lot of other people in similar situations that would benefit from the use of cannabis, as opposed to handfuls of pain medications or other things that cannabis has already been known to treat.
Right.
So besides that, and those are other changes coming into the industry, the cannabis industry is still kind of like a baby industry. It's like a little seedling right now. And it's
Little
gonna
baby
grow
plant.
so much over the next, like, I would say 10 years. It's gonna just be huge over the
I
next
can
10
just
years.
imagine the growth line is just like hitting the sky, right? Like,
Mhm.
you know, do you see a topping off of that growth at all? Like,
I really don't. Is there going to be mainstream for America? I say this a lot of men from Genies into tech. You will see them all jump in, and everyone is just waiting. There's a lot of anticipation. There's a lot of really mainstream corporate interest right now, and they're just waiting for it to be federally legalized. And I'm certainly hopeful that will happen soon, and that will really open up the availability to people like your husband to utilize something for wellness that is a plant. It's natural, that comes from the earth.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I am not a huge fan of chemicals, and I'm not a huge fan of a lot of prescription medications and things like that either, because I do try to treat myself as naturally as possible because that's what my body can process
Mhm.
with the least amount of steps to break it down.
right.
Right. So with some of the changes that are being made in the industry, how do you feel that the industry is supporting women moving forward? And what would you like to see happen?
I love the networking that's happening. I think that there's more that can be done. I think that there are some hiring practices that we'll look to see improved upon in the future. That said, I work at a company that is woman-led. Our CEO, Danielle Bruno, is a phenomenal leader. She has really inspired us to think outside the box and really, you know, and connect. Um, a brand. I worked in house at a brand for that company also had a female CEO, Jamie Pearson. And so I think my experience, with having two women-led companies and working for two women-led companies, perhaps gives me a role models to really know that women can succeed in this industry. What I would say we can improve upon is helping each other. There's no question about it. And one of my favorite things is some of the chats that I'm invited to, whether it's like a Facebook group chat or a WhatsApp chat. I mean, a few of them where it's a really strong network of women and just created by ourselves for ourselves. And anytime any of us need anything, a place to vent or hey, I'm trying to sell this piece of equipment, literally anything that ranges between those two extremes, you drop a message in there and you get someone. It might be a CEO of a company that responds to you. It might be, someone like myself from a marketing perspective, but you get all this feedback instantly. And I would just say that I think that women can do a better job of speaking out to their vulnerabilities and saying, hey, would anyone like to join, just a group where you can turn it on and off, you can tune into the messages or not, but we all have a place to reach out and network with each other, because we know that's what men do, right? We know that they have networks that they can turn to and say, hey, does anyone know anyone? And we need to start doing that as well in the cannabis industry. And so I think we can do more of that.
I love that.
That's wonderful. I mean, and building that community, like if anyone needs help with that, like we're all about that. That's what we do. We build community. Like it is exactly what we do. So I would be happy to help facilitate that if anyone's feeling the pull. Like I'm totally down if you're like, I feel that pull, but I don't know how to do that. Like I'd be happy to help with that. Yeah, just reach out.
I think
absolutely.
I think that would be incredible if you started curating your guests into a little chat and saying, let's all keep in touch and, build our own little communication network.
Well,
Yeah.
we did to start just recently we had the guest community on Facebook, but we opened it up to be a networking community, and we're 2 times as big now just in the short time that we
Wow.
opened it
It's
up.
been like 2-3 weeks.
Yeah, so it's definitely growing, and people are really liking and responding well to that. But I think that's one step further, is having a private chat. It's even more connected, right? Having that like
Mhm.
messenger, or you said WhatsApp, but now I've never used WhatsApp because I've always felt creepy people are on WhatsApp. So I'm totally impressed to hear, like, tell me about this, because how do you not have the creepers?
We've had experience.
Yeah.
Oh. I don't know. I'll have to check into that for you. Maybe I have something that I'm private. I'm not sure.
Okay. I'm definitely interested.
I'll
in
send you
talking
my
more about that.
WhatsApp tip.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
awesome.
Awesome. We'll share that with the group, and
Mhm.
we'll talk about that, because I literally have never used it because I've only had sketchy people want to talk to me over there. I'm like, no, thanks.
No, thanks.
So if there's a better community or a better way to get into that,
Mhm.
like, I definitely am open to that. Like, 'cause
Mhm.
I really haven't used it at all.
And we're always looking for like, what is our next area of growth? Like what
Mhm.
do we work on next? Our area of growth. So perfect. Now we have that. So Nicole, a little bit more about um, your passion about the whole thing. Um, before we wrap up today, like where is the heart of where you're at right now, and what trajectory is that taking you to? Like what is your big plan?
Mm. Wow, I don't know if I had enough coffee for the big plan discussion.
Excellent. I like it when your dream is big. That's
Mhm.
good.
So yes, I think I know that something that is really important to me is to always at the core of everything that I do, I like to help businesses build themselves up, but then also be mindful of giving back. So we're
Mhm.
working on a couple of really amazing initiatives that will be coming out in the next couple of months. I'm very excited about. More to come on those. I'll have to come back and give you a little bit more insight when I can. But we're doing a lot of work right now to make sure that at the heart of Perfect Union dispensaries and the fireworks farms grow, that there is always a give back, and that is really important to us. I would say even just what happened last weekend here in Sacramento with the mass shooting that happened on the streets just a couple of blocks from here. We are so mindful that this is our town. This is Sacramento is the hub of. We have 4 dispensaries right in and around this area, and we always want to be connected to our community. I think that through my career, that is something that's been a big focus for me. From when I started blogging and working in journalism, my focus was always to see and ask and talk to people about how they were giving back to charities. I think that that's something that is part of my big plan. And when I think about where I want to be in 10 years, I think about the idea that I want to know that I've made an impact, and that in my community I've helped and given back more than I've taken. And so that's something I strive for all the time. I do some volunteering at UC Santa Cruz, career counseling. I like to make myself available to other women. By all means, if someone has questions, you can reach out to me via LinkedIn. But I know that there are so many ways that as women we can help each other and give back to our communities, and that's really my that's my ultimate goal.
I love that.
I
And
love that because that's one of the things that we like to talk about every episode is that as entrepreneurs and leaders in our community, it is our job to make sure that we are connecting and giving back. So as part of our podcast, we have a cause of the quarter. And the cause of the quarter this quarter is in honor of our Dogs of Podcast. As
we have Athena sitting right here.
sitting right here.
Right here.
She was
Freya's over on the floor. But it's the Boogie Bin. So the Boogie Bin is a local nonprofit, and they put these bins in different locations throughout the county. And if you think this is a great idea and you want to start it in your own location, reach out to Jill. She is amazing. She will help you get one started in your area. But they collect gently used pet products. You know, maybe you had a dog pass away and you still have half a bag of food or whatever. They can use that stuff. And they work with shelters all over the Pacific Northwest. And they even sent several boxes of supplies over to the Ukraine during their crisis.
I love hearing that. I definitely would love for you to send me more information about that.
Absolutely. We definitely will.
It's
So-
a really cool organization, and we're going to have Jill on the podcast here soon so that everyone can meet her and
Get to know the heart.
Yeah, get to know the heart.
Where she's at. But so if you go around town, you're out getting some coffee, you see a Boogie Bin, go ahead and donate. You know, all the information will be in the links or the comments for their so you can find the location nearest you to donate, as well as if you'd like to donate directly, you can get a hold of Jill.
Yeah.
So
we're very, very excited for that.
Amazing.
it is
Nicole, I want to
Amazing. I definitely.
Oh, sorry, I cut you off.
Oh, just saying that's amazing. It's absolutely amazing that she's doing that. I've been in that situation before where I lost my fur best friend, and it's nice to know when you have these beautiful beds and things that they are no longer using. It's nice to know that you can donate them to some place and someone who can use them, and
Right,
just
and
that
help
it-
other fur
yeah.
babies get a better
Mhm.
life
yes.
and have a better end of life for them too. Like, you know,
Mhm.
there's all like
all the
Mhm.
all the different organizations that she works with are usually not the big ones, right? And she
the
finds
smaller
those little
sanctuaries.
ones that people maybe not even know about.
Mhm. Yeah,
It's pretty cool.
really cool. So Nicole, thank you so much for joining us today. We loved talking with you about all things cannabis industry,
Mhm.
and what a perfect day to have you on. We're so blessed. So
Thank you for having me. It was so great to spend a little time with you today.
Absolutely, we love having you, and we're looking forward to having you back again soon.
Thank you to our
Absolutely.
audience for listening today. And I really like the idea of going and checking out the different dispensaries on a special day. Like
Mhm.
if you've never been, maybe today is a good day for you to just go check it out. They're very friendly and open, and will educate you if you don't know things. Don't be afraid to ask questions.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I like the idea of like fun. What a fun day.
What a
Yeah.
fun day.
Absolutely. It's a great day to go get, and especially for anyone who's a first time user, this is a great day to go and be able to purchase some things at some great prices and give them a try.
Yeah, absolutely. And if edibles or smokables are not for you, there's also topicals, like lotions and things that you can use
Oh,
for sore
gosh.
joints and things that are
Oh my
amazing.
gosh.
So yes, go check
If you
out
have
their
questions,
stores.
don't. Yeah, and
Yeah.
if you're super shy, just message us.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yep, ask
We'll help
Tinder.
you. We'll be your friend.
We'll
We'll
be
go
your
with you.
friend.
Well, but you'll be my bud.
Yeah. I'll be your bud. That's
I'll be your
rad.
bud.
I love that so much. Is that our name of our episode?
You'll be your bud.
Well,
my bud.
for 20.
Mhm. Women lead the way.
Women lead the way. Thank you so much for joining us.
Happy 420, and thanks again for having me.
Happy 420.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Bye-bye.